Welcome back. Part 3 for your Wednesday, June 29th, 2022. Haven't already checked out the first two parts. Like what this channel stands for, hit the subscription button, or subscribe rather, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. Share this content so it can reach more people in this world. Like and comment if you wish. Also, I read from the Common English Version of the Bible. You can find that, as well as other translations, other Bible studies, and the YouVersion app that's found in the App Store or Google Play, depending on your device. Let's continue with Deuteronomy chapter 30. Deuteronomy 30. Now, once all these things happen to you, the blessing and the curse that I'm setting before you, you must call them to mind as you sit among the various nations where the Lord your God has driven you. You must return to the Lord your God, obeying his voice in line with all that I'm commanding you right now, you and your children, with all your mind and all your being. Then the Lord your God will restore you as you were before, and you will have compassion on you, gathering you up from all the peoples where the Lord your God scattered you, even if he had driven you to the far end of the heaven. The Lord your God would gather you up from there. He would take you back from there. Lord your God will bring you home to the land that your ancestors possessed. You will possess it again. And he will do good things for you and multiply you, making you more numerous even than your ancestors. And the Lord your God will circumcise your hearts and the hearts of your descendants, so that you love the Lord your God with all your mind and with all your being, in order that you may live. The Lord your God will pour all these curses on your enemies and on those who hate you and chase you. But you will change and obey the Lord's voice and do all his commandments that I'm commanding you right now. The Lord your God will help you succeed in everything you do, in your own fertility, your livestock's offspring, and your land's produce. Everything will be great, because the Lord will once again enjoy doing good things for you, just as he enjoyed doing them for your ancestors. And because you will be obeying the Lord your God's voice, keeping his commandments and his regulations that are written in this instruction scroll, and because you will have returned to the Lord your God with all your heart and all your being. This commandment that I'm giving you right now is definitely not too difficult for you. It isn't unreachable. It isn't up in heaven somewhere, so that you have to ask who will go up for us to heaven and get it for us, that we can hear and do it. Nor is it across the ocean somewhere, so that you have to ask who will cross the ocean for us and get it for us, that we can hear and do it. Not at all. The word is very close to you. It's in your mouth and in your heart, waiting for you to do it. Look here. Today, I set before you life and what's good versus death and what's wrong. If you obey the Lord your commandments that I'm commanding you right now, by loving the Lord your God, by walking in his ways, and by keeping his commandments, his regulations, and his case laws, then you will live and thrive. And the Lord your God will bless you with the land you are entering to possess. But if your heart turns away, refuse to listen, and so are misled, worshiping other gods and serving them, I'm telling you right now that you will definitely die. You will not prolong your life on the fertile land that you are crossing the Jordan River to enter and possess. I will call heaven and earth as my witness against you right now. I've set life and death, blessing and curse before you. Now choose life, so that you and your descendants will live, by loving the Lord your God, by obeying his voice, and by clinging to him. That's how you will survive and live long on the fertile land the Lord swore to give your ancestors, to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This is Deuteronomy 30. Let's turn the page, a couple pages, go to Deuteronomy 32. Deuteronomy 32. Heaven, pay attention and I will speak. Earth, listen to the words of my mouth. My teaching will fall like raindrops. My speech will settle like dew. like gentle rains on grass, like spring showers on all that is green, because I proclaim the Lord's name. Give praise to our God, the rock. His acts are perfection, no doubt about it. All his ways are right. He is a faithful God, never deceiving, altogether righteous and true is he. But children who weren't his own sinned against him with their defects. They are a twisted and perverse generation. Is this how you thank the Lord, you stupid, senseless people? Isn't he your father, your creator? Didn't he make you and establish you? Remember the days long past. Consider the years long gone. Ask your father. He will tell you about it. Ask your elders. They will give you the details. When God Most High divided up the nations, when he divided up humankind, he decided the people's boundaries based on the number of gods. Surely the Lord's property were his people. Jacob was part of his inheritance. God found Israel in a wild land, in a howling desert wasteland. He protected him, cared for him, watched over him with his very own eye. Like an eagle protecting its nest, hovering over its young. God spread out his wings and took hold of Israel, carried him on his back. The Lord alone led Israel. No foreign God assisted. God made Israel glide over the highlands. He fed him with food from the field and nursed him with honey from a boulder, with oil from a hot rock, curds from the herd, milk from the flock. Along with the best of lambs, rams from Bashan, he-goats too. Along with the finest wheat, and for drinks, wine from the juiciest grapes. Jacob ate until he was stuffed. Jeshurun got fat, then rebellious. It was you who got fat, thick, and stubborn. Jeshurun gave up on the God who made him, thought the rock of his salvation was worthless. It made God jealous with strange gods, aggravated him with detestable things. They sacrificed to demons, not to God, to deities of which they had no knowledge, new gods only recently unseen, ones about which your ancestors had never heard. You deserted the rock that sired you. You forgot the God who gave birth to you. The Lord saw this and rejected out of aggravation his sons and his daughters. He said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what becomes of them, because they are a confused generation. They are children lacking loyalty. They provoke me with no gods, aggravated me with their pieces of junk. So I'm going to provoke them with no people, aggravate them in a nation with a nation of fools. A fire burns in me. It will blaze to the depths of the grave. It will burn the land. It will destroy the land and its crops. It will blacken the base of the mountain. I'll throw on them disaster after disaster. I will destroy them with my arrows. Devastating hunger, consuming plague, and bitter sickness. I'll send animal fangs after them, venom from dust crawlers too. Outside in the streets, the sword will berave. Inside the safest room, there will be terror for young men and women, nursing a baby and senior citizen. I thought about it. I could have struck them down, erased them from human memory. But their enemies' rage concerned me. Their opponents might misunderstand. They might say our strong hands, not the Lord's, did all this because they are not a thoughtful nation. They lack any insight. If they had any wisdom, they will understand this. They will discern what will become of them. How could one person chase off 1,000 in a battle? How could two people make 10,000 flee for their lives? Only because the rock sold them off. Only because the Lord handed them over. But no, their rocks can't compare to our rock. Our enemies are completely stupid. Their roots run straight from Sodom, from the fields of Gomorrah. The grapes are pure poison, their grape clusters nothing but bitter. Their wine is a snake poison, venom from a cruel cobra. Do I have this stored up, sealed in my vaults? Revenge is my domain, so is punishment in kind. At the exact moment their step slips up, because the day of their destruction is just around the corner, their final destiny is speeding on its way. But the Lord will acquit his people, will have compassion on those who serve him once he sees that their strength is gone, that both prisoners and free people were wiped out. The Lord will ask, where are their gods, the rocks they trusted in, who ate up the fat of their sacrifices, who drank their sacred wine? They should stand up and help you. They should protect you now. Now look here, I myself, I am the one. There are no other gods with me. I'm the one who deals death and gives life. I am the one who wounded, but now I will heal. There's no escaping in my mind. There's no escape in my mind. Or there's no escape in my hand. Sorry, but now I'm lifting my hand to heaven. I swear by my own eternity, when I sharpen my blazing sword and my hand grabs hold of justice, I will pay my enemies back. I'll punish in kind everyone who hates me. I will make my enemies drink much blood while my sword devours flesh. The blood of the dead and captured, flowing from the heads of enemy generals. Heavens, rejoice with God. All you gods, bow down to the Lord. Because he will avenge his children's blood. He will pay back his enemies. He will punish in kind those who hate him. He will cleanse his people's land. So Moses came and recited all the words of this poem in everyone's hearing. Joshua, Nun's son, joined him. When Moses finished speaking all these words to all Israel, he told them, set your mind these words. I'm testifying against you right now, because you must command your children to perform carefully all these words of instruction. This is no trivial matter for you. This is your very life. It is by this means alone that you will prolong your life on the fertile land you are crossing the Jordan River to possess. The Lord spoke to Moses that very same day. Hike up the Abiram Mountains to Mount Nebo, which is in the land of Moab, opposite Jericho. Take a good look at the land of Canaan, which I'm giving to the Israelites as their property. You will die on the mountain you have hiked up, and you will be gathered to your people, just like your brother Aaron. I'll be right back. Ran out of time. This